quick, but I highly suggest, if you're going to use the SP, to do yourself a favor and grab the SP app. It is free to use. It's the SP404 Mark II. And the reason why I say that is because the naming process on this machine is insanity. Here's what I mean. I'm going to close this. This is what it looks like. You can showcase each one of your pads. Now you see these chords that I did. I had to go in here and manually name these. Otherwise, it says empty, or if there's something there and it's a new sample, let's say you resample something, it's just going to say new sample. And if you don't rename them, like see how I named this like chord, which I could actually go in and just erase this stupid sample portion. It drives me nuts. This one, see how it says, it'll say new sample, and I left the sample. This is me naming it prior to what you're seeing on screen. I named it in the device. And because it's a lot of scrolling through to get all the way to the end of it, it takes forever and drives me nuts. So I personally think before you export anything, just go in and name all your samples. So like if you got a kick, it says kick 01, snare. And I don't mind leaving these. See, these, when you pull them in, they actually name them. So they're holding the names that were already there. But like if you record in a, say, like I did in the previous video where you're recording a chord or something like that, it's not going to know the name. And let's say you have multiple versions of the same chord. For instance, here, I'll show you F minor 7, F minor 7. There are two different variations of the F minor 7, meaning they're inverted. So you better put like something like a 2 behind it. If you try to name them both F minor 7, when you export, it's going to cut the, it's going to just merge them and basically sample only one of these is going to get exported. It won't export all of them unless you have a distinctive name difference between them. I got to be honest, that's ridiculous. What they should just do is export all of them and add a 1 or a 2 or a 3, whatever sample number to the end. But, you know, it's all about the work that you put in, right? So I highly suggest go through and name them. So that's what this video is about. Just make sure you name your stuff. Here's a new project I'm working on. Especially, this is important, not to deviate, but go back. If you're going to record in something from a direct source, you're not importing the sample. Usually when you import a sample in, they typically would have, like if I went here, hold on a second, let me go to some, find some drums. Typically, if I move through here, let's say I'm in this Eldre kit. Okay, and of course my phone would ring right while I'm in the middle of something. Okay. So you see how all these, this is some Ableton stuff. Hold on a second. Drives me crazy. I had to turn this feature off in the previous version because I don't care if it knows where the sample is or not. It should be able to find it. I'm going to move this to the trash, this to the trash too, and then clean up these samples. So you see how all his samples are labeled already. So I don't have to figure out what they are when I drop a sample in. Like let's just drop this one in here. And you can see if I click on this one, there it is, it labeled it. So it's not an issue if you're bringing in pre-labeled samples. And I suggest that you have all your samples pre-labeled. I'm gonna get rid of that. Pre-label all your samples before coming in. But if you don't have them pre-labeled, then label them via this app. And that's my suggestion, to each his own, but scrolling with this little wheel in here and trying to get these labels done is a pain in the behind. Let me tell you, it would be cool, since they limit the MIDI, if we could plug in a MIDI keyboard, if there was a way, like maybe into the USB-C, and then you could use a keyboard to do labeling. I don't know. But I guess other than that, oh, and another thing, it would be cool if they decided to put this app on like your iPhone, or put this app on the iPad, right? iOS, because, or even Android for those Android users, just because it's less likely that you're going to be sitting in front of a computer, more likely that you probably will be using some type of device like an iPhone or something. We typically would have that with us. So when you want to travel or go somewhere, if you got to bring your computer just to change sounds, the names or whatever, or load samples quicker, it'd be nice to have this app on there. Anyway, just a thought. All right, until the next video, I'm out.